Dr. Jean Piaget by Lita Moore Johnson. Dr. Piaget was known for the theory of cognitive development, the theory of moral development, and epistemology. This is a picture of Dr. Jean Piaget. Dr. Piaget was born August 9, 1896, in Neuchâtel, Switzerland. He was the oldest child of his parents, Rebecca Jackson and Arthur Piaget. He attended Neuchâtel Latin High School. At age 10, Dr. Piaget became fascinated with mollusks. He wrote a scientific paper on albino sparrows as a teenager that was successfully published. Dr. Piaget attended the University of Neuchâtel in 1918. He attended the University of Zurich, and he received his PhD in natural sciences and a PhD in biology. Dr. Piaget studied abnormal psychology in Paris. In 1923, he married Valentin Chaitane, and they had 3 children, Jacqueline, Laurent, and Lucienne. Dr. Piaget's career as an educational psychologist. He was one of the most influential developmental psychologists in the history of psychology. Epistemology, which is the theory of knowledge. Dr. Piaget called this general theoretical framework genetic epistemology because he was primarily interested in how knowledge developed in human organisms. Dr. Piaget says development precedes learning, and in 1920, he evaluated standardized testing that was found to be too rigid. 1925 through 29, he was a professor of psychology, sociology, and philosophy of science at the University of Neuchâtel. 1929 through 68, he was the director of International Bureau of Education. 1979, he was awarded the Bowson Prize for Social and Political Science. He was known for sociological model of development and biological model intellectual development. Dr. Piaget was known as an educational psychologist. He identified 4 development stages. They were sensory motor stage, pre-operational stage, concrete stage, and the formal operational stage. Sensory motor was from 0 to 1 year, and it builds concepts of how reality really works. The pre-operational stage is from years 2 to 7, and that's when needs concrete physical situations. The concrete stage is the 3rd stage from age 7 to 11, problem solving for objects. And the last stage is formal operations, ages 11 through 16, conceptual reasoning, like an adult. His career as an educational psychologist continued through cognitive development, where he was a part of nurture, which was development from predetermined at birth, schemes, where he said all children were born with an innate tendency to interact with and make sense of their environment, the adaptations, assimilations, accommodations, and then the constructive approach to learning emphasizes the active role that learners play in building their own understanding, and the equilibration he was also known for. A career as an educational psychologist continued. Dr. Piaget's theory of development represents constructivism, a view of cognitive development as a process in which children actively build systems of meaning and understanding of reality through their experiences and interactions. Dr. Piaget was a real psychologist who enjoy communication, counseling, and assisting individuals to become better and self-sufficient citizens. Other pioneers who influenced Dr. Piaget is Dr. Vygotsky, Dr. B, and Dr. Alfred Binet, who were all psychologists. This is a graph of the other pioneers who played a role and were influenced by Dr. Piaget. Dr. Juan Piaget passed away September 16, 1980, from unknown causes in Geneva, Switzerland. He was 84 years old. Dr. Piaget influences many teaching policies. Effective teaching requirement is understanding how students think and how they view the world. Children learn by being active in their learning. Children learn at a certain stage. Teaching a child too fast is as bad as not teaching them at all. Egocentrism is children think that everything is the same way. Dr. Piaget's influence on teaching practices continued. Children develop at their own rate. Trying to speed them up is no benefit. Using teaching methods that actively involve students and present challenges. Children will provide different explanations of reality at different stages of cognitive development. And cognitive development is facilitated by proving and providing activities or situations not engaged learners and require adaptations, assimilations, and accommodations. Dr. Piaget's influence on teacher practices, they continued. Inventors for change, active learning, constructionism, computational thinking, virtual exchange, peer-to-peer, collaborative learning, education for global citizenship, and development education. We are all familiar with this now, especially through the COVID-19. Dr. Juan Piaget was a great man, a great psychologist, a great man known for the cognitive of thinking development. Thank you.